My name is Melissa. I am a busy mama too. Here is a pretty standard day here. It's a nursery day, so I am only responsible for one child today, our little baby. So I thought I would take you through kind of what we're up to. Just got the groceries delivered, so I thought I would show you that. And then yeah, let's just see where the day takes us. We get a Sainsbury's delivery. And from looking at this, it is mostly made up of milk. We have a lot of milk. So we get our oat milk. I'm loving Califia's extra creamy. I used to do the barista blend, but I really like this and it's high in vitamin A and D. So we all drink this generally. This is for everything. We also have the Pro Growing Up for our toddler. I have real issues with Alpro. Obviously, they're not a very ethical brand. However, on researching the vitamins and the fortification of this one, it is the best that I could find in our local supermarkets, which is really important for our toddler who is predominantly plant-based. So it's really important she gets those bits and pieces. I also picked up this time, and I don't normally, coconut milk. I'm currently obsessed with matcha, as is most of the country. So I decided to try and make my own strawberry matches at home because I'm spending a small fortune weekly on buying them in coffee shops. So I thought I'd give it a go. I also saw someone talk about this online. I can't remember who. But basically it's the new Tropicana pineapple in coconut water. Yes, you can just put pineapple in coconut water, but this was on offer, so I thought I'd give it a go. As I'm breastfeeding and I don't drink enough water at all, coconut water is said to be really hydrating, so excited to give that a go and see if I notice any difference. Other drinks that I picked up, appetizer was on offer. Sometimes I just really crave like a sparkly drink, but I don't really like sodas like Coke and things like that, but I do like a little sparkly apple juice. So that is those. Also picked up a Prosecco because it was on offer. And then, as I said, I don't drink a lot of water because I don't like the taste of water. I know people say that it doesn't taste of anything, but it does to me. So I always have some squash in it. And my favourite is the Robinson's Blackberry and Blueberry Fruit Creations. So got that as well. Had to stock up the extra virgin olive oil, which costs so much money. Honestly, this was on offer, but it was still something absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, but it's important. Also picked up the spray for our air fryer. This was one of those really interesting ones where I picked up when we first got our air fryer, I picked up the most popular one. I don't even know what it's, the 1 calorie one. Can't remember the brand. And then I saw like a reel on Instagram and it was about the list of ingredients on it, and it had like 10 ingredients versus this Sainsbury's own, which quite literally has extra virgin olive oil in it. So why there needs to be anything more than that, I don't know. But this other one did, and this one's just the same price and things. So always check your label ingredients. And picked up some soy sauce, some Canadian maple syrup because we use that in our bread making. So picked up then strawberry jam for my strawberry matches. So we will do some fajita Fridays. And picked up some extra wraps from Crosta, another brand that has really few ingredients. Food is what it should be type of thing. Also got these for our toddler. Yes, I can make these myself, and I did try. They did not turn out nearly as good, and this is an absolute convenience purchase. They were also on offer, so picked up a little bit of my plain flour. I always use Dove's Farm for my bread flour. I buy a little big 25 kilogram bag from them directly, but this plain white feeds my sourdough, so picked that up. The only other thing was got some butter beans. These are the best. I was really skeptical about these because loads of people do talk and love these. And then it's going to be my catchphrase for this video. They were on offer. Cost of living crisis though. So we need things to be on offer. But yeah, pick these up and then use them. So I didn't really know what the difference was. I just sort of thought, like, is it just because it's in a fancy glass jar? But then I realised that they're in a stock, and the stock is actually amazing. So love those. Then on to the fruits and vegetables, I believe. Yep. So always have some more pipers. And then also picked up, so into the fridge stuff. Again, got the Crosta garlic bread, basically, garlic and rosemary pinza bread. It's actually really hard to get vegan garlic bread. They're obviously all done in like butter. This one isn't. It has just got garlic oil and it is delicious. And it's sourdough. Picked up a little convenience higgidy hoisined pulled mushroom and spring onion rolls with little linseeds on them. I don't really like mushrooms, but these are nicely blitzed up and super flavoursome. So I don't mind it if you can't tell that they're mushrooms, basically. For our sandwiches, we always get the squeaky bean, smoked applewood style slices. I've also recently brought out this sweet smoky barbecue chicken style. Is amazing, so good for sandwiches, really, really tasty. Lovey plant-based bacon, it's the only one that I get. It is super yummy and I cut it up small and use it in like bologneses or just as a bacon. Plant-based cheese, Cathedral City Extra Mature is my favourite. Also, This Isn't pork sausages. This Isn't is one of my favourite brands as well. We used to get the Richmond sausages, but I compared again the nutritional value and the This Isn't pork sausages are better. Again, same with the tofu. I used to get the tofu, but in terms of ingredients and percentage of soybeans, it was actually better. We made a swap to this, so we got 2 of those. And then frozen, the Beyond Burger plant-based patties. We love these. We have these at least once a week. Super handy. Vegetable wise, we have a little cucumber because our toddler likes to just eat that. Our favourite, oh sorry, that was probably really loud. Favourite veg at the moment is pak choy. So when it comes to fruit and veg, I generally try to have, my ethos is as low mileage as possible. So I try to eat seasonally. So we only really have strawberries in the summertime. So all of our veg, the pak choy is Sainsbury's British. Our lettuce, also from the UK. And asparagus, UK asparagus. And believe it or not, some British Golden Vittoria cherry vine tomatoes from the UK. Also just some ice again for my matches. Oh, some onions and a garlic. There was a garlic somewhere. Yep. That's going to be for a really nice onion and garlic pasta dish. And a wee condiment. We got the Peronaise, Nando's Peronaise, which is vegan and really nice. And then, oh, forgot about these. These yogurts are really good. And 15 grams of protein per pot. So they were on offer. So that is our grocery haul. So haul, is it really a haul? Makes it sound more exciting than it really is. It's our weekly regular shop. So as I'm putting away the groceries, thought I would just have a chat. The Freckled Hearth, this channel. I've always wanted to do something like this, and I just kind of got to the point where I was getting tired of saying that I wanted to do something like this rather than just do it or give it a go. So that is what has brought us here. So what's it going to sort of entail? Well, as I said briefly in the intro, I am a mum of 2, a toddler and a baby, nearly 20 weeks old. And as you can imagine, a lot of my life is then taken up by motherhood and our household at the moment, because I am on maternity leave. There'll be a lot of talk about that, but also hopefully some of my hobbies. So main one being reading and books, gardening, and kind of whatever else comes up along the way. I'm not really very prescriptive about it. We'll just see kind of what happens. So we'll have some chats, do some slow living, and see how we go. One of the things actually that came up recently with some other mums in a little mum support WhatsApp group was just how around at the moment toddlers are a lot, and how struggling with that. And sort of someone asked, you know, any tips, what are people doing to help themselves, that sort of thing. And I thought it was really good, and I thought it was a lovely example of how mums can support each other by giving those sort of helpful tips and hints and things like that. But yeah, it was just that sort of note of solidarity that we're all kind of struggling through this toddler phase, and that it is really difficult. Some of the things that I said that I was doing, I had recently downloaded the Finch app, which is like a little, for better, probably could describe it better, but like a little Tamagotchi style app that encourages you for self-care and things like that, and productivity or sleeping better, whatever your goals may be, and it helps support that. And I've been loving it. It's a beautiful app, and actually often what you find with these things is that you have to upgrade or you have to do X, Y, and Z, but the base app is actually beautiful. Trying on a daily basis just to take a few minutes to myself to slow down. And the major thing for me was then around this channel, which was challenging myself. So I think one of the things being a mum is that your life very quickly can become absorbed by your kids, and you sort of, well, I've certainly found with that transition from 1 to 2 children, that sort of loss of sense of self that people talk about, that they experience in parenthood. I didn't feel that quite as much in the first time around, but I definitely have the second time around. I quickly realised that I needed to do something for me, and that was around challenging myself. So that's what this YouTube channel is about. It was something that I wanted to do, so I'm going to give it a go and do it. And then the other thing that has always been something that I've wanted to do is to write books. And I've dabbled in that, and I've written a few things for myself and completed manuscripts and all of that kind of stuff. But I've had a little burning idea in my head for a little cozy fantasy. And again, I don't want to be the person who always says that they wanted to do that. So I'm actually going to try and do that. So I've given myself a little daily goal. I'll not be able to do it daily, but a daily goal that I can sort of round up into like a weekly goal. And it's just nice having to, or getting the chance to exercise those muscles, gain the creativity and things like that. Now don't get me wrong, it's insane that I'm trying to do this with a baby and things like that. So it's really low pressure on myself. I am still giving myself grace and understanding that I am still very much postpartum and dealing with stuff from that. So, but challenging myself has helped me to come back to myself a little bit more. I really thrive on goals and to-do lists and ticking things off. So that has been something, those have been some of the things that have been helping me recently. Maybe to tell you a little bit about me. My name is Melissa, as I've already said. I live in Northern Ireland with my husband and our 2 children, 2 dogs and a cat. Normally I am in marketing, but yeah, currently on maternity leave with my second. I have been a vegan, I think it must be like six years. I went cold turkey. Basically, I'd had a few sort of like health issues, just like tummy problems that me and my doctor had been trying to get to the bottom of. And one December, I decided to give up dairy. I'd read how a lot of people had seen benefits from that. So I gave it a go. And within a couple of weeks, I did feel a lot better. The pains and things are generally gone. Then I came across Veganuary, which is a movement that encourages people to give up meat for the month of January. So I gave that a go. They had a great sort of educational program along with that, where they send you emails and sort of educate you on regards to animal welfare and environmental concerns and things around meat eating and things like that. So I did that, and honestly, that was it then. I just didn't turn back. I'm one of those people who, I suppose, just grew up not really questioning their food or wondering where it came from. Really probably realising truly what it was. And then once that was opened up to me, I couldn't really go back then after that. And anytime I do struggle, the only time I really struggle actually is with sweet things, which are generally made out of dairy. And I kind of miss that because that is still a little bit behind when it comes to vegan replacements and substitutes and things like that. But in saying that, my favourite dessert at the moment is like a little chocolate from Marks and Spencer's that is so good. And I do make a lot of stuff at home. I make cakes and things. So really it's just more that convenience when you're out in a restaurant and you see somebody getting this amazing dessert. And I'm like, oh, I wish I could have that. But then I remember how it comes to be, and generally then I'm okay. Okay, gonna go. Baby is talking lots and lots and lots. You've probably not heard any of that audio. Gonna go get ready, put some moisturiser on my face because it's currently feeling really dry. I did manage to get a shower and blow dry my hair this morning, which is a miracle. Stick some laundry on and then leave. I'm going to take you through to see what we have growing, and we're going to water things as well. So let's go have a look. And then I recently planted some spinach, so we'll see how that does. Over here is the main section of vegetables that we have. So we've got some tomato plants, we've got strawberries, got a little pepper there, and I've actually put copper tape around some of these pots because I'd read that that was a good deterrent for the likes of slugs and pests, as well as planting marigolds. So I did that as well. At the front of that marigold, I also have a fuchsia plant as well, which is doing really well, and this little pink flower that looks like a carnation, but I don't think it is. And then we have some wildflowers for the bees, some thyme. Beside that, we've got my mint, which has been decimated a little bit. Also this shamrock, which is very thirsty, so we'll give that a good water. I'm not sure what these are. They're really nice pink flowers and they need a little bit of deadheading, so we'll do that shortly. And this little marigold isn't looking so good, so I think I'll put some copper tape around that as well. Over here then we've got some Elysium actually from last year, which I was really surprised came back again, and there's some weeds in there too. And then some seedlings. We've got another little tomato plant there, a chili pepper plant, and a cucumber. So this next section of the video is really going to be the little relax with me, do some hobbies with me section. I'm going to put some music on, I'm going to do a little bit of gardening, and then I'm going to go inside and do a little bit of reading. So you're very welcome to join me. it.